Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Behold the Kharibdyss and tremble in its wake. Today, the Dark Elves face off against Norsca. Vendacious is commanding the Dark Elves, and Slade is commanding the forces of Norsca. This is another replay from my Rise of the Mortarchs tournament. So let's take a quick look at the armies. Right now we have Dark Riders and 2 Scourge Runner chariots for the Dark Elves, as well as another Dark Rider unit on the far flank. We have Malekith leading the forces here on his Seraphon, and he is taking Gaze of Malice and Soul Stealer. We also have, of course, the Kharibdyss. We also have a line, a couple spearmen, dread spears, and we have 2 bleak swords. And in the back, we actually have 2 black guards of Nagaround. It will do fairly well against the monsters of Norsca, though I do wonder if they're maybe a little too elite, because we do have the Kharibdyss, so they're going very heavy in the anti-large department. Scourge Runners will trade well against the skirmishers here, but of course their shots are probably better used against the Fimir warriors or even Wulfric himself. I think a few Rapier crossbows probably would have been pretty nice in here. Would have traded even better against some of these Marauder horsemen. But now for the forces of Norsca, of course, we have the 3 Marauder horsemen. Kind of in the vanguard, we have a line of Marauders, as well as the Icehorn Marauders. I absolutely love this unit here. These models are just fantastic. Take a quick little swing through there. We also have 2 Fimir warriors with great weapons, 3 javelins. We have Wulfric on his Mammoth with Seafang and Foe Seeker. And then we have Shaman Sorcerer of Metal with Final Transmutation and Searing Doom, and some nice Norscan Ice Wolves in the back, kind of chase off anything that routes off the field. So let's get this show going, shall we? Alright, so yeah, the Scourge Runners are shooting into these Marauder Horsemen, doing very well. Marauder Horsemen just barely even scratching these Scourge Runners. Gaze of Malice going to go cutting right through these Marauders, doing actually a lot of damage there. That was a very good cast. Taking almost, that's over a third of damage from them. That was very nice indeed. Right now, it's just the Dark Elves kind of just waiting on the Scourge Runners kind of shooting. Now they are actually shooting into more of the higher targets here, firing into Wulfric. Some good choices there. Yeah, again, shooting into Wulfric or the Fimir warriors would probably be the ideal choices. Dark Riders will be kind of screening out the Marauder horsemen here, and the Kharibdyss will be trying to get into the monsters. It really should be going for either the Fimir warriors, or really it should be going for Wulfric. A Searing Doom going down, barely doing any damage to the Blackguard. Blackguard are probably going to be going straight for Wulfric, which is really what their keen target right now is going to be Wulfric and then the Fimir warriors. I know Malekith's just kind of circling overhead, though these Dread Spears have broken very fast in a breath attack, going straight into these 2 units of Javelins, doing very good damage there. But the front line of the Dark Elves is really just buckling under the pressure here initially. The only thing still holding is the Blackguard. All the other units have really routed. A Soul Stealer going down, kind of clipping a lot of the high-value units here for Norsca, and Malekith doing some very good work with the Blackguard in taking some very good damage out of Wulfric. As Wulfric is starting to really drop very fast as the Scourge Runners continue to chip away at him. Right now, if you look back here, we have the Norscan Ice Wolves really chasing off anything that's left. Murder's Prowess is getting some nice melee buffs. But here comes the Kharibdyss. It is coming for Wulfric, and it is definitely in it. There is no better way to describe that. And Wulfric is just getting absolutely shredded right here. These Scourge Runners will take him out for sure. Now Malekith is probably just going to pull up another Gaze of Malice, cutting through these units. Not doing I'm doing very good damage, but not as much as that initial cast. Now Malekith really needs to get a Soul Stealer down, get some a little bit of health back. These Fimir warriors have completely broken. Those Blackguard doing very well against them. But right now, yes, it is both of the Blackguard here are surrounding these Fimir warriors with great weapons. So those Fimir warriors do not want to be here. They are up against all of the anti-large forces that the Dark Elves have to offer, but the javelins are firing right into Malekith. He doesn't want to be sticking around taking those shots. Those javelins, especially with sustained fire, is going to do very well, but the Norscan here really just kind of have to rely on their skirmishing, as the Scourge chariots are very low on ammo, so the mobility is now in the favor of Norsca. And there is that Soul Stealer, clipping these Marauder Horsemen and these 2 Javelin units. Not necessarily the highest quality units to be draining, but getting a little health is always nice. Now the Kharibdyss, really the Shaman Sorcerer Medal, is the last very kind of, I guess I wouldn't even say threat, it's just a leadership bastion that is left, and is quickly starting to rout, as we saw that Wulfric did indeed fall to the fire of the Scourge Runners off into the far flank there. And yeah, Norsca will concede. So yeah, those Blackguard really did very good work against the Fimir warriors, and Wulfric himself just really just so much anti-large damage, and I mean they were still doing very well in terms of health. With the Scourge Runners also firing into Wulfric, he just really didn't stand a chance. They definitely went very heavy on the anti-large, and I mean Malekith on Seraphon is always a beast in and of himself. I think maybe with the army that Norsca has, it's usually kind of odd not seeing Berserkers here. They're usually a pretty staple unit for Norsca. I think they may have gone a little too heavy into the javelins, and they were just a little too light on the front line. I mean, they broke all of the bleak swords and dread spears like almost right off of the charge, it seemed like. But they really didn't have anything to deal with the Blackguard, because the only thing they had with good armor piercing was the Fimir warriors, and that is pretty much what the Blackguard were designed to take out, is these monstrous infantry units. So even though they had the armor piercing, they just weren't able to stay in combat long enough to deal enough damage to these Blackguard. So yeah, that was another great match. I hope you all enjoyed it, and I hope you all have a good one.